Some of our listeners have already met Henry and Edward, the little engine, and Gordon, the big one, in their storybooks. Consequently, we are careful not to give them more than the minimum of adaptation necessary for their presentation by television. Once, an engine attached to a train was afraid of a few drops of rain. It went into a tunnel, but came off the track due to the rails being slippery. The engine's name was Henry. His driver and fireman argued with him, but he would not move. The rain will spoil my lovely green paint and red stripes, he said. The guard blew his whistle till he had no more breath and waved his flag till his arms ached. But Henry still stayed in the tunnel and blew steam at him. I'm not going to spoil my lovely green paint and red stripes for you, he said rudely. The passengers came and argued too, but Henry would not move. The fat director, who was on the train, told the guard to get a rope. "We will pull you out," he said, but Henry only blew steam at him and made him wet. They hooked the rope on and all pulled, except the fat director. "My doctor has forbidden me to pull," he said. They pulled and pulled, but still Henry stayed in the tunnel. Then they tried pushing him from the other end. The fat director said, 1, 2, 3, push! But did not help. "My doctor has forbidden me to push," he said. They pushed and pushed, but still Henry stayed in the tunnel. At last, another train came. The guard waved his red flag and stopped it. The 2 engine drivers, 2 firemen and 2 guards went and argued with Henry. "Look, it has stopped raining," they said. "Yes, but it will begin again soon," said Henry. "And what would become of my green paint with red stripes then?" So they brought another engine up and pushed and pushed. Puffed and pushed as hard as it ever could. Still Henry stayed in the tunnel. So they gave it up. They told Henry, "We shall leave you there for always and always." So they took up the old rails, built a wall in front of him, and cut a new tunnel. Now Henry can't get out of the tunnel, and he watches the trains rushing through the tunnel. He is very sad, because no one will ever see his lovely green paint with red stripes again. But I think he deserved it, don't you? Henry had no steam to answer. His fire had gone out. Soot and dust from the tunnel roof had spoiled his lovely green paint and red stripes. He was cold and unhappy and wanted to pull his trains too. Gordon always pulled the express. He was proud of being the only engine strong enough to do it. "You watch me, little Edward," he boasted. "Here's a splendid sight for you." And off he went with a peep, peep, and a great bissing of steam. Gordon can see Henry's tunnel in front. "In a minute," he thinks, "I'll whistle at Henry and rush out into the open again." He was almost there when crack, whoosh! He was in a cloud of steam and going slower and slower. The driver stopped the train. "What has happened to me?" asked Gordon. "I feel so weak." "You've burst your safety valve," says the driver. "You can't pull the train anymore. Oh dear, said Gordon. We were going so nicely too. Look at Henry laughing at me. Gordon made a face at Henry and blew smoke at him. Everybody got out and came to see Gordon. Said the fat director. I never liked these big engines, always going wrong. Send for another engine at once. The only engine left in the shed was James. I'll come and try, he said. Gordon saw him coming. That's no use, he said. James can't pull an express train. They coupled Edward onto the express and all was ready. James puffed and pulled and puffed, but he couldn't move to any place. I told you so, said Gordon rudely. Why not let Henry try? Yes, said the fat director. I will. Will you help to pull this train, Henry? He asked. Yes, said Henry, at once. So Gordon's driver and fireman lit his fire. Some plate layers broke down the wall and put back the rails. And when he had steam up, Henry puffed out. He was dirty, his boiler was black, and he was covered with cobwebs. Oh, I'm so stiff. Oh, I'm so stiff, he groaned. You'd better have a run to ease those joints and find a turntable, said the fat director kindly. Gordon was still feeling weak. I think it would be best if you started off for home now, said the fat director. It'll take you a long time because you'll only be able to go very slowly. So off went Gordon through the tunnel where Henry had been walled up. Henry came back feeling much better, and they put him in front. Peep, peep, said Edward. I'm ready. Peep, 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 said Henry. So am I. Pull hard, pull hard, pull hard, puffed Edward. We'll do it, we'll do it, we'll do it, puffed Henry. Pull hard, we'll do it. Pull hard, we'll do it. Pull hard, we'll do it, they puffed together. The heavy coach jerked and began to move. Slowly at first, then faster and faster. We've done it together, we've done it together, we've done it together, said Edward and Henry. All the passengers were excited. The fat director leaned out of the window to wave to Edward and Henry. The passengers all got out and said, "Thank you." All three engines are now great friends. Wasn't Henry pleased by his new coach? He is very proud of it, as all good engines are. But he doesn't mind the rain now because he knows that the best way to keep his paint nice is not to run into puddles, but to ask his driver to rub him down when the day's work is over.
Nearly 300 ships of the British Empire and foreign fleets wait in line in the Solent, the narrow strip of water between the coast of Hampshire and the Isle of Wight. For more than 400 years, British ships have gathered here for review by the Sovereign. Soon, to celebrate Her Majesty's coronation, the dispatch vessel Surprise will sail out from Portsmouth bearing Queen Elizabeth along the lines of warships and merchantmen. The Queen is piped aboard. On board Surprise, Her Majesty receives captains in command of many of the ships that lie at Spithead. The Duke of Edinburgh, who saw active service with the Navy in wartime, wears the uniform of an Admiral of the Fleet. Among the foreign officers received by the Queen is Captain Rudakov of the Russian cruiser Sverdlov. Sir Winston Churchill, as an elder brother of Trinity House, boards Patricia, which will lead the royal yacht in the review procession. Mr. Attlee is another guest on the same vessel. Also aboard Patricia is Earl Alexander. Slowly, Surprise draws away from the jetty and moves towards Spithead. The Coronation Naval Review has begun. As the crowds ashore surge forward for a glimpse of the Queen, Her Majesty waves a greeting from the saluting box. In line stretching for 7 miles, the ships wait to greet Her Majesty, each dressed overall. Also aboard Surprise is Princess Margaret. As the royal yacht enters the review lines, warships of all the nations represented fire a salute of 21 guns. Past the mighty battleship Vanguard, flagship of the home fleet, steams Surprise heading down the line of foreign warships. The United States heavy cruiser Baltimore, which leads the column of visiting craft. The Soviet cruiser Sverdlov, making its first visit to a foreign port since its commission 2 years ago. The Queen Mother chats with Lady Mountbatten as Surprise moves slowly along the line of mighty aircraft carriers. As the royal yacht passes among the fleets, cheers ring out from every vessel. The crew of the battle-class destroyer St. Kitts greets the Queen. Close by is the Italian training ship Amerigo Vespucci, a fully rigged sailing vessel. Her crew man the yards high above the deck. Also aboard the royal yacht are the Duchess of Kent and her daughter, Princess Alexandra. 370 years ago, the first Queen Elizabeth reviewed her navy at Spithead, and since that time, many fleets have gathered here for inspection before battle. The great D-Day Armada was reviewed by King George VI. Present at this mighty naval spectacle is Lord Mountbatten. Even as the review continues, comes news that a British submarine has crossed the Atlantic without surfacing, a magnificent feat by Royal Navy personnel. Now comes a great fly-past by 300 naval aircraft. First, Dragonfly helicopters, many of which were used for rescue work during the flood disaster in Holland. In tight formation, fighters, reconnaissance aircraft and anti-submarine planes, all designed to fly from aircraft carriers, swoop past Her Majesty in salute.